So I talked about King of Fighter 99 all the way to 2002 plus Unlimited Match. So before I talk about the Crimson Saga, which is 2003, all the way to King of Fighter 12, or I mean 13. Yeah, it's kind of weird, but I'll explain it on that particular vlog. But I want to talk about more spin-off from King of Fighters. Yeah, it's just like Street Fighter. King of Fighter also had their own spin-off. If Street Fighter had the EX series, which is basically a 2.5D version of Street Fighter with their own, with some own original characters, so does King of Fighter. There's basically two games or series that basically was a spin-off that, believe it or not, it does take place during the NES saga. Why do I say that? It's because when the game was released and also the costume wise. So I explain more. Well, the first one I want to basically talk about is the first, well, not really the first one, but this one, a portable spin-off to the King of Fighter series, is called King of Fighter EX Neo Blood, and its sequel, King of Fighter EX2 Howling Blood. So yes, the word EX, kind of like Street Fighter EX, again spin-off. The game takes place in the same timeline as the NES Saga because some of the rosters are based on the NES Saga. Kyo basically dressed with his NES outfit, or his 99 to 2002, the one with the white jacket. So, but the difference between this one and the original series is some of the characters are not here. Plus, Kyo is actually the main character. And believe it or not, just like in, versus the arcade version, which Kyo and Iori was a hidden character, Kyo and Iori is already unlocked from the beginning. So you might say, okay, well, what, it's a portable version, so it has less character? Yes, in King of Fighter EX Neo Blood, there's only two exclusive characters that's not on, basically, on in the NES Saga until later on. Which is, one is Geese Howard. He was the boss in EX1. And an original character by the name of Moe Habana. Again, original character has nothing to do with the NES storyline. It basically has more storyline. Has its own storyline. Basically, the EX series is more about Orochi, more extended on Orochi, and that one of the bad guy has a son and he's the boss, but I'll explain that later on. So the first one basically teams of 4 but has less teams. It's like, I think it's 5 teams to some extent, or 4, just like King Fighter 99. And like I said, one of the new characters is Moe Habana. And does it play like King Fighter 99? Yes, it's like a portable version. It's for the GBA. That's why portable version. And it works because it has 4 buttons, but there's also a simpler mode, which one of the buttons is a special move button, while the other ones are like attack buttons. I mean, if you have a chance, hopefully VC, Virtual Console, maybe not, who knows, but I had the original version. Yeah, it's a fun game. Like I said, it's not as good as its console counterpart, but it's good enough. And that's its own original storyline and character. So, but then of course, there were improvements. There is King of Fighter EX2 Howling Blood. So this one basically is a sequel, more on expansion on the Orochi. And this time, this one actually has more new characters, believe it or not. Actually, more new characters than the other one. And this one, they basically decided to go back a team of 3. And again, some characters got booted out. Some are in. Like, in both game, I don't think K Maxima is not even in the game. Whip, like most of the characters that was introduced in 99, they weren't even in the game. Mostly is from the Orochi saga to some extent. But Iori and Kyo actually have their new team. For Kyo, one is, of course, Moe Habana from EX. Teams up with another character by the name of Reiji Okami. An original character for the EX series. Supposedly, the premise is somehow a good friend of Chizuru Kaguya. That's why if you see the game, you see there's like a little Chizuru sort of. Supposed to be, rumor has it that's supposed to be Chizuru's daughter or little sister, I don't know. But yeah, but basically, Reiji Kami works with Chizuru. And then in Yori, actually two new original characters. One is Jun Kagami, supposed to be a grappler charger type. I can't remember the game. And Mio Kurosaki, again, some sort of, I hate to say this word, some sort of emo because she wears like a sailor outfit, but like she's really dark and negative. But the story in this one is that there is a new Orochi boss by the name of Shinobu. But if you notice this guy, if you ever played the game, he dresses like Go Inside and it has wind power. Yes, rumor has it, I think they never really explained it, but Shinobu is supposed to be the son of Go Inside. And Miyu Kurosaki is supposed to be like the big sister, like an adopted sister, someone related to Shinobu. And I can tell you, I mean, the game, like I said, not as good as its counterpart, but it's good enough. But the problem also, just like any Neo Geo game or SNK boss, they're super cheesy. Same goes with Shinobu. I mean, there's even in the game that you have to reach like a certain level. There's like a build meter. Depends how good you are. If you reach at 100, you're able to unlock Shinobu. And for me, yeah, it's too hard. But yeah, so yeah, the EX series is good if you want a King of Fighters series in a portable GBA Game Boy Advance. There you go, has its own story. Maybe I would be surprised, or again, maybe I would be surprised if some of this character goes to King of Fighter 14. So that's King of Fighter the EX series. But another spin-off that comes with it, another one is this was much more popular than the EX. It's called the King of Fighter Maximum Impact series. They made, I think, 3 games version of this game: Maximum Maximum Impact 2, and Maximum Impact Regulation A. And there was supposed to be a 4th one at one point, but they canceled it due to the fact that because King of Fighter 12 was on development, they just wanted to focus that one more. So they canceled Regulation A2, I think that's what they call it. So this one is another spin-off that takes place in Southtown, and it actually has a new main character. Rather than being Kyo, or because remember in the next saga was K, or if we go further, the Ash Crimson saga is Ash, and the King Fighter Maximum Impact is Albamera. That's what he is. Cool looking guy, supposed to be cool with red shade. A lot of people like him. I see people cosplay as him. Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty good game. So, before I even talk about the character, what is Maximum Impact in with the series? It's basically, think of it as 2.5D with poor sidestepping, because you can sidestep, but it's really useless. It is very fast paced. It is 2D to some extent, but it has target combos. And one of the easiest ones, if you have, is what's his name, Albamera. Just I think just keep pushing like 7 light kick. That's already a combo. So kind of funny there, but yeah, it is what it is. So are they original character that's not in the main series? Yeah, like I said, one is Albamera. Cool guy. That's his premise. He basically supposed to be the king of Southtown. His younger twin called Sorimera, which is basically Master of Capricoa. It's the same as Eddie Gordo or what's her name, Elena. So yeah, I hardly play the guy. Hard to play him, but yeah, that's his younger brother. And then another character is supposed to be some weird magical girl. I guess kind of like Elisa Boshkanovich. Mignon Hart Bart. I think that's the name. Oh, Mignon Hart. I think that's the name. Mignon Hart. I do apologize. Is like a weird, I guess, magical girl. I don't know if I can explain it. Talks weird. There's a story to it, but But again, hardly played her. I don't even know her premise. And then also there's another one from Maximum Impact is Cali Lim. This basically is SNK's version, and again, mind you, this game was developed actually by SNK, Playmore themselves. So Lim is basically a student of Kim Kapwan. Yes, so it's basically a female Kim Kapwan, but she has her own moves, different than Mei Lee, but I guess you can say Mei Lee of the Maximum Impact series. Good play character, like I said, an alternate Kim Kapwan. And then this one is their fan service character by the name of Leanne Neville. She's basically, let's just say, what is basically the original. What's her name? Crimson Viper. She has basically technology. She calls lasers from the sky, and of course, fan servicing because she has boobs, and of course, she zips down, doesn't wear a bra. Again, fan servicey, bouncy. That's what people think of it when you think of Leanne Deville. Yeah, but again, I mean, play game wise, mechanic wise, yeah. I mean, it's okay if you. It's basically like Crimson Viper. She has like a techno suit. And then the boss here is actually an original one by the name of Duke. It's supposed to be like a vampire because he was once dead, but he was brought back to life because you can see he has scars in his neck. He's just basically like a big heavy hitter with really, really like combos. Like I said, this game has target combo. Duke actually has immense powerful target combo because in the game you get to unlock him in the first game, and yeah, if you can pull it off, boom, massive damage. So there you go. That's basically Maximum Impact, and then of course it created a sequel, Maximum Impact 2. And then of course you might be confused because I never heard of this. Yeah, in America, SNK Playmore UFC decided because it would be quote unquote marketable, which in my opinion it's not. Kind of made it stupid. They decided to change the name to King of Fighter 2006. Instead of calling it Maximum Impact 2, saying it's a sequel to the first one, they just decided just to call it 2006. And, oh, look, it's between whatever year. And I'm going to explain later in the Crimson Saga what happened, why at one point they stopped using the year and they just used real numbers. But yeah, it didn't really make sense, but they said it was marketable reason. It doesn't matter if the game's good, the game's good. I just wish name changes should really be bare minimum because this is ridiculous. But anyway, sequel have new characters, more playable characters. So just apparently this one's by the name of Louise Mayrak. Supposedly some connection with Alba Mayra, girlfriend, boyfriend, maybe. Never played her, never had a chance. I had the game but barely played it. And then there's a ninja girl by the name of Nagesa. Yeah, the way she designed, basically with the cool glasses. One of the things about the game, especially in Maximum Impact 2, is the character design, to some extent, was designed by an illustrator by the name of Falcon. When SNK basically went out of business, there was a guy, I forgot his name. He used to work for, I don't know if he still works for Capcom, but he does like illustration that looks like anime but realistic until 2002. When SNK Playmore started, or Playmore bought back SNK, they hired Falcon as for a while as their official SNK illustrator, and he played a big part in the Maximum Impact. And one of them was Nagisa, supposed to be a cooler version of Falcon himself. And I can explain more about the SNK's illustrators, including Falcon, but that'll be on the SNK V-Blog. But anyway, that's what Nagisa is, the ninja. And then another one is Neon Heart. Supposed to be the opposite of what Mignon is. Wears black, sort of emo, like Ashley from WarioWare. That's what I can say. And then the boss in this one is by the name of Jivatma. Yeah, it's a weird name again. Like I said, I bought the game, hardly played it. But yeah, like the new bond. And again, the premise of this one is they have their own organization. Duke was the supposed to be the leader. He lost. That's why Jivamba took over. And another new character, this one they're basically a hidden character by the name of Hyena. He's just basically a ring, like a guy who basically invites people and a ring announcer. That's it. But like it's a hidden character, so at one point you can unlock him and play him. I heard it was just stupid. So that's Maximum Impact 2 or King of Fighter 2006, which is I don't know why. And then comes King of Fighter Maximum Impact A Regulation. Originally for the PS2, there was even a rumor, but it was also in the Xbox 360 in Japan. They were gonna bring this outside of Japan at one point. They were planning to, but then they just said nah, because the reason really why the name was changed, Maximum Impact 2 to King of Fighter 2006, was the first game actually, believe it or not, it didn't really sell. Even for $50, I bought it for $50 because it was I was trying to support SNK at the time. Loved the game, but it had a poor sale, so they had to try to market it. Unfortunately, even though with a lower price point, the game really didn't really. The game had again more poor sale because it's not a main King of Fighter series. So they decided not to bring Regulation A. In Regulation A, basically more new characters, technically four, but two of them basically is already in the King of Fighter series, and two of them are brand new. The two that's already in the series was Ash Crimson, and I forgot what the other one is. But yeah, Ash Crimson from the Crimson Saga made an appearance there. But the two new characters, and I don't know the other one, that's why. So the new two characters, basically one is Yaolon, another Chinese ninja clan, same as with Lin and Ron. And teaser also here, teaser for the Crimson Saga retrospective is that she's the younger sister of Dulon. Dulon is also in the same clan as Lin, and I'll explain more about that one once the deal is. So again, has basically like Lin has assassination skill as a ninja. I heard she was pretty good, but again, the game never came out of outside of Japan, so can't really tell you what happened. Then this guy's actually, you could say it's a guest character by the name of Makoto Mizoguchi. If you don't know why I say guest character, he's basically an old character from another game from Data East called Fighter's History. He was one of the main characters, so he made an appearance in the King of Fighter series. And if you don't know what the business is, I'll talk about it more on the SNK V-Blog. Is that SNK at one point when they got their company back as Playmore, SNK Playmore, they also bought Data East. So anything Data East made, SNK basically now owns it. So the game itself, like I said, same sort of fast paced, same as the console version with target combo. Again, I need good as the original main series. If you look at it for sale, then no. But game itself was fun, yeah. So, because like I said, not only Regulation A, there was also Regulation A. They were originally going to plan to do Regulation A2, but unfortunately, that was canceled because they wanted to focus on King of Fighter 12. So yeah, because this one was actually developed by SNK Playmore. King of Fighter EX series, believe it or not, the reason why you might not see this as a record of SNK, the King of Fighter EX series was developed by Playmore. Yes, it was a time when Playmore, this was the time before Playmore bought SNK back, or they bought back SNK. So they were doing their own game, and one of them was, or two of them was, the King of Fighter EX series, 1 and 2, Neo Blood and Howling Blood, respectively. Alright, so those are like some of the spin-off of King of Fighter, Maximum Impact, King of Fighter Maximum Impact, and King of Fighter EX series. So the next one basically is, I want to talk about the next one is Neo Wave, and then the Crimson Saga.